everyone, it's me, Julie O'Connell. I'm coming on here because I just wanted to let you know the reason why I haven't been on is because I've had a bit of a cold all week. It's been very frustrating. I'm also having this precancerous mole removed next week. I don't know how that's gonna go. I am supported by my family and friends. We all need to come together and just be kind. The values that I value most are love, compassion, kindness, and being caring and having a caring outlook on everything. That's why I support Horse Plus Humane Society, but I do not support what happened to Tawny and Jason the other night. They were at a Big Lick Jubilee in Columbia, Tennessee, and people in the crowd attacked Jason and stole his phone. I do not support this behavior. There are people out there supporting the abuses of the Big Lick. If you don't know what the Big Lick is, it is where they put stacks and chains on these horses and they sword the ankle, like the area around their hooves that is considered to be their ankles. Soaring is illegal in this country. There has been a ban on the Big Lick, but yet in states like Kentucky and Tennessee, it still continues. I speak out about horse abuse a lot because horses have thousands and thousands of nerve endings, more than human beings have. And it's very heartbreaking to see these horses in this exaggerated gait. And what Tawny was doing was filming them in slow motion so you could see how painful it is. When they are doing the Big Lick, the majority of the weight is put on their back end, which means their back feet. And in a normal situation, the weight is on their front feet. It is so traumatic. Horse Plus Humane Society just saved one of their champion horses out of the slaughter pipeline. And the people in the crowd were upset that they had rescued this beautiful animal out of the slaughter pipeline that still had the stacks on his feet. The stacks are painful. They weigh a lot. I know Horse Plus Humane Society has gone to the government and has shown the senators and the governors and anyone in the political scene how heavy these stacks and chains are. And they are very heavy. I support people who are kind, and that is not kind. What you guys did, it was all caught on video. This gentleman attacked Jason first. Jason did not punch him first. This man came at him with his hands coming for his throat and his camera. And his wife stole Jason's camera. She should be held liable. That's criminal intent. That just proves how criminally insane you people are that support the Big Lick. I don't support the Big Lick. I find it to be abusive and very harmful. And anyone who supports it is dumb. You're dumb as rocks, as far as I'm concerned. They start these animals at the age of 2. And anyone in the horse world knows that you do not start an animal at the age of 2. You start the animal at the age of 3 or 4. Animals in that condition are awful. This poor horse that was thrown into the slaughter pipeline was skinny as hell. He had his tail tendon cut. I've seen the videos, and I know for a fact that big lick horses go into the slaughter pipeline, yet there are many people like Wayward Horse that supports this abuse. I do not support this abuse, and I don't support abuse of any animal, period. It is cruel. The slaughter pipeline is cruel, and the way that these horses are slaughtered is cruel. We need to end horse slaughter in this country. I'm sorry. I'm a big proponent against it. There's several others. I also support people who are kind, and I also support the ex-Scientologist community because their healing journey can be messy. And it's the truth. We don't always have to agree. We don't always have to see eye to eye. We don't always have to play by somebody else's rules. And no, I don't protest because I have a full-time job that I have to take care of and pay my bills. Not to mention, we've had some monetary things happen. John's car, we had to put into the shop, and it cost over $1,000 to fix his car because one of the modules in his car died. Excuse me, I'm sorry. That's why a lot of people do not like these newer cars because they're all basically one big giant computer. He has an older model, 2004 Corolla that his grandmother gave him. When she gave it to him, it only had like 6,600 miles on it, which is incredible. She only drove it to the store and back. I support people who are kind and caring, and yes, we can all protest differently. And I'm so glad that out of LA on Father's Day, we'll be having L. Ron Hubbard Way, the sidewalks shut down so that they can have a peaceful protest. She has a permit. And I'm so glad that she is doing that so that the people can speak their truths. There are many people inside Scientology that are suffering right now, but they don't really know that they're suffering because they've been brainwashed to think that the church, their organization, is better. They consider people in the outside world as harmful, and we are not. I can actually support Tom DeVos prosecute David Miscavige because David Miscavige is horrible. He has squirreled the technology of Scientology. Yes, LRH started all the policies that were harmful, like disconnection, fair game, the credit card fraud, the racketeering, the money laundering, the sex trafficking. It is horrific. Scientology is a human trafficking cult that exists in many countries. It's not just the United States. They exist in Japan, and they are growing in Japan. They are also growing in Taiwan. They are growing in certain areas. I feel like Scientology needs to be shut down somehow. And if we take the head away, David Miscavige, maybe they will look at all the abuses that have been going on in Scientology, because Scientology is a criminal organization. And David Miscavige runs a criminal organization. When you traffic a child, a minor who is 12 years old, away from her family, this was your own niece, David Miscavige, Jenna Miscavige. You had no right to do that. Same with what you did to Miriam Francis's mother. Mike Rinder knew all about the abuses within Scientology and all the abuses that David Miscavige did, but yet he never spoke about it. They covered up the SA of children, the executives that have left. This is why Serge Delmar and several others spoke at the LAPD commissioners' meeting about CANRA, the Child Abuse Neglect Reporting Act. I can be on board with that. We need to start holding Scientology accountable for all the horrific abuse they have done. And the FBI and the CIA and the Homeland Security need to be well aware of it. This is why I can get behind Tom DeVock wanting to take down David Miscavige. I can also tell you Aaron Smith Levin has an FBI contact who is willing to listen to any of the abuses that you have committed within the Scientology. We need to bring this organization down. I know they're contractually shrinking, but we need to make it the death nail in Scientology. This is why I have sympathy for others. I'm also an empath. So any negative emotion, I feel it. And when there's school shootings, I feel that too. I feel like there's too much violence in this world when things could be talked through or things could be handled differently. Too many people in the LGBT communities are taking their own lives. And this is very sad. It is very harmful that we have this narrative that people aren't equal. We need to come together and be kind. I treat people with kindness. I do not support channels that constantly have a negative narrative. That's why tonight I posted a video of the sunset. I do things that are positive and caring and do things my own way. Tomorrow I have to work 9 to 2, but I don't support people who are not kind at all. Sorry, I have a lot of gunk going down my throat. This cold has been really kicking my butt. It is not good. I just try to be kind to everyone because you don't know what they're going through in their life. You don't know if they've lost loved ones. You don't know if they've had a really bad day. You don't know. So, and I know people that have had credit card fraud done to them. And it's not okay. Stealing somebody else's identity is not okay. And there's people in this space doing that in support of others when it wasn't even warranted. And Stephanie Hutchinson should be held for fraud. Stephanie Hutchinson is a Mike Rinder sympathizer and also is obsessed with Mike Rinder. Mike Rinder is no longer with us, and I really, truly hope the family can move on and fight the Church of Scientology, but they absolutely need to start discussing the abuses within Scientology. The absolute, utter child abuse. Jamie Mustard actually spoke about being in one of these child birthing facilities where the babies were literally dunked in poop water because a lot of them had poop on them. They weren't scrubbed down. They were attended to by a 10-year-old child. This is disturbing. And anyone who thinks that this is normal is not okay. Scientology is a horrible, horrific cult. Jenna Miscavige said from the age of 12 to 18, she did not get to see her family at all. Her and Sterling have had a falling out, and I really hope, Sterling, you can come together and speak with your sister, because your sister needs love. She went through a really hard time last year with the divorce of her and her husband. People need to just start coming together and being kind. I really miss Sterling on his channel. I really miss Sterling doing videos about the sports that he liked, or doing videos about being kind and caring and sharing Thanksgiving together. We can all support one another and just be kind. I value love. I value doing the right thing. Like, when you see somebody in trouble, you should be there to help them. If you see somebody that you know and care about having a really hard time, reach out to them, because they might need support. I do this in my everyday life. I support the people who treat each other with absolute respect. Marilyn has a safe space. So does Liz Gale. So does Natalie. So does Aaron Smith-Levin. So does a lot of other channels that I watch. I watch Beach Bum and Dad. He's so funny. He goes shelling when it's freezing outside, and no normal human being would be out on walking on a beach when it's like 20 degrees outside. But he does. He's even driven 600 miles to go shelling. I cannot wait for my trip to Marco Island next year, because I hear they have phenomenal shells. I really do support the people that are kind and caring and absolutely loving and really need the respect that we need. I support the community, and I support the ex-Scientology community. I support the animal rights community. I support the shelling community. I support a lot of different things. And I support, the economy community. But what I don't like is the constant infighting. And yes, David Miscavige has caused a lot of the infighting within the ex-Scientology community. The disconnection, the fair gaming, the constant beratement of others. This is why Mindy Willens had to take a break, because she was fair game really badly. She had to take a break from doing the Scientology content. Now she's just focusing on her channel for what she wants to do with it. My friend Crystal Pogini Merch, she's going to be featured in a film in Wilmington called Broken Dreams. It's supposed to be a really good film. I really support people who are doing what they love in life. And when you have channels that constantly attack others, like Nora, DOA, ZDT, they are not welcomed in this community. Echoplex Media, you are not welcomed in this community either. Jamie Thomas, you are not welcome in this community either. You have false information and you think you are virtual singly, which you are not. You are not virtuoso. You are not kind. You are not caring. You have no respect. You can hear the children outside playing. I support that too. Children have a right to be children. And in Scientology, they are not considered children. They are considered big beings in little bodies. And that statement about a child should not shudder at a passionate kiss, absolutely they should shudder at a passionate kiss. It's called sexual abuse. Scientology has these policies that are criminal in nature. And no, it's not religious doctrine. And no, they are not a religion. They are an MLM, a multi-marketing scam. And I don't support them. I do not support Scientology. I do not support the Big Lit community. The Big Lit community is horrible. And the abuses within the Big Lit are horrible. I've seen the videos. Clint Anderson tried to have the Big Lit banned, and he actually won. And he actually won to have the First Amendment right for Horse Plus Humane Society so that they can document the abuse. It is the First Amendment right to document abuse. That is why Horse Plus Humane Society had a lot of cameras on this gentleman that was attacking Jason. And the only reason why the sheriffs didn't arrest Jason, Tawny, and their son Justin is because they had cameras everywhere. This is a proven fact. And the fact is, that gentleman came towards Jason aggressively and was attacking Jason. Not to mention there was a grown-ass adult who threw Justin up against a concrete block wall and then slammed him to the ground. It was all caught on camera. People like this are gross. This is why I don't support what's happening in society. We need to start having better values and better morals and better ethics. And I do not support animal abuse, period. Animal abuse is awful. And I've seen it on a daily basis when I used to work at Windcrest Animal Hospital. How you can justify shooting an arrow through a cat's head, it's beyond me. How you can justify setting a kitten on fire and then laughing about it. The adults need to teach their children right from wrong, and they are not doing it. This is why I do not support any of this violence. I also don't support the woke people either. We deserve the right to have culture being taught in our schools, including the African American history, including the Native American history in our country. The woke people have destroyed everything. The cancel culture has destroyed everything too, as well. Long gone are the real true sitcoms or the comedy movies. They don't make comedy movies like they used to. Like with John Candy or other people. John Candy was so funny, and his movies had impact because he was funny. The 80s had the best time, and the children of today don't know what good music is. It's actually crap what is being played on the radio. Long gone are the stations that play rock and roll. I don't understand why we can't have a rock and roll station that plays the newer music from Europe, Def Leppard, Metallica, all of them. I like to hear their music instead of the woke stuff. It's just disturbing. But I can be behind Tom DeVock and wanting to take down the head of Scientology down and take the heads off of these people that are running the Big Lick show. And one of the judges in the Big Lick show was actually charged with soring his horses. And Tar Heel was one of them. And I'm so glad that Horse Plus Humane Society has rescued this beautiful animal. And you should check out their videos because the stuff that goes on in the slaughter pipeline is absolutely horrific. And Horse Plus Humane Society is a full circle of life charity and also a full circle of life veterinary facility. And I support Dr. Lydia in her journey to do her evangelistic work and missionary work. My aunt and uncle used to do that all the time in Africa. They helped build wells for an orphanage in Africa for children who survived AIDS, lost their parents, and had AIDS themselves. And the saddest part is they lost several of them while they were there. My aunt and uncle were amazing human beings. My uncle was a bishop of Idaho for many years in the Episcopal Church. In the Episcopal Church, you're free to leave whenever you want. In Scientology, you're not allowed to leave. It's considered being blown. Scientology is a human trafficking cult. And that's why I don't support that organization at all. I do not. Church of Scientology needs to be shut down, and the IAS needs to be shut down. And the people buying up all the buildings in Clearwater need to be shut down too as well. That's just how I feel. And I don't promote violence. And I feel like violence is not the way to go. We saw it on the videos at Horse Plus, and it's not okay. And I support Tani 100% in her work that she is doing to try to end the slaughter pipeline in this country. And it absolutely needs to happen. They used to have a slaughter facility in New Holland, Pennsylvania for horses. And no longer. I don't support it. And I don't support the animal cruelty that goes on within the slaughter pipeline. If you look at some of the horses that go in to the slaughter pipeline, they are so badly broken. They come in with broken hips, broken legs, shattered fetlocks. That is exactly what happened to 8 Bells when she ran the Kentucky Derby in 2008, the same year that Barbaro died. She came second to Big Brown in the Belmont Stakes and died. She had shattered fetlocks. So not only did we lose Barbaro, we also lost 8 Bells. 8 Bells was an amazing horse who trained at Delaware Park. I got to see her run there, and she was beautiful. She did not deserve what happened to her. This is the abuses that happen within the horse racing industry. Many of the horses are drugged to mass pain so that they could run. Bob Baffert, he's a well-known trainer in the horse world, and he drugged horses. And now he's back in action after serving a 3-year suspension. This is why I don't support the animal abuses in this country. I don't support human rights violations in this country, and Scientology violates human rights. Their Commission on Human Rights is a front group to try to end psychiatry and psychology in this country. I have a degree in human services, and I just try to help people. I don't support the narrative that all psychiatry and all psychology is bad. Yes, there were some abuses back in the day, like shock treatment and everything else. But I don't support that. And they don't use shock treatment anymore. So that's an invalidated point of view. I support people who treat each other with respect and the respect that they deserve. And whatever content they do on their channel is their content that is good for them. I do content that I find is relatable. And I will be doing more content on Scientology when I have time. I just wanted to let you know why I was not on for a while. I have been sick, and it's been a very frustrating week to learn that I might have cancer in my leg. And cancer is insidious, and cancer affects every walk of life. Anybody who knows me knows that I am kind and caring and do what I can for the community of the ex-Scientology community. That's why I support Aaron Smith Levin, and he's actually live right now. And I really hope you go over there and support Aaron Smith Levin and all the work that he's been doing. I do not support the narratives of these higher executives that have targeted Aaron for whatever reason. I don't support it. And I don't support Echoplex Media and his false narrative about Aaron. People who support a minor attractive person in this community that is targeting minors and attacking everyone who is speaking their truths about Scientology is wrong. That's just where I feel and how I fit in, and I try to do the right thing on a daily basis. I go in the channels and support them. That's how we can get the word out about Scientology. When you hit the like button and you subscribe to a channel, it gets the word out. So please like and subscribe to my channel. I am the sponsor of my videos. I have no one giving me money. So let's be clear on that. I am not a grifter. I don't sad fish for money. I just support everyone, and I really do support Liz Gale because she is 100% an authentic human being. And I really suggest you check out Leah Remini in the Aftermath because her story is horrific. Many of the stories on Leah Remini in the Aftermath is horrific. Thank you and have a great night.